Hey, it's Brandon. Coming in before the theme music this week to tell y'all about our 2-part episode. This conversation is the continuation and the finale of our long recording session where we discussed our favorite TV shows from the 90s. So we're going to wrap up with the last 2 questions or the last 2 TV shows on the list, and you will be shocked by what number 1 actually is, but I'm not saying no names. We'll also go on to talk about our favorite TV shows from all eras, and we will wrap up with our Q&A segment. So here's the episode. Ready for the next show?
Yep. Yeah. Number 2, ain't it?
Yeah, it's number 2. Number 2 is Living Single, which aired on Fox from 1993 to 1998. From the moment you heard this theme song, you knew Living Single was going to be a hit. In the series, viewers follow Khadijah, a journalist who worked at Vibe magazine.
Flavor. But all right.
Work at Vibe magazine?
No, she really didn't.
All right, then.
When she's not working, she's usually spending time with her friends, attorney Maxine Shaw, Rod the Maverick, the superficial
Attorney at law.
man hunting Regine Hunter, and Khadijah's cousin Sinclair James.
Woo, woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo. It was great to see characters like Khadijah and Maxine have the career they had, something that was unfortunately not attainable for black women in the 90s.
True.
Who wrote this shit?
No.
What?
I can definitely see where they're going with it. Like where they going
Black
with
women
it.
owned businesses in the 90s.
No, but you don't. But
lawyers
you,
and
I mean, yeah, the lawyers probably, but you didn't see many black women at the top, like at the head of.
you
like,
didn't see them on TV.
Yeah.
So okay, fair enough, I guess. Living Single was also notable for its male cast, especially with Terrence C. Carson as Kyle Barker, Maxine's banter partner turned lover, and successful accountant, another career path you didn't see too many black males taking in the 90s or even today.
He was a stockbroker.
Right. And he went by T.C. Carson, not Terrence C. Carson.
Yeah, he went by
Right,
T.C.
yeah,
Carson.
that's why I said, bro.
When
like,
he
wait a
first
minute.
came out, I think he went by Terrence C. Carson, but he shortened his name prior to being on Living Single, yes. Because I saw an old movie with him in it, and it was Terrence C. Carson. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I saw it, I was like,
TC,
oh,
yeah.
it's Kyle.
Yeah, so it's not me. This is the way it's written because
It is, but he definitely was not an accountant.
It's become Since its end, it's become more widely known that Living Single inspired the well-acclaimed Friends sitcom. The series' impact continues to live on the shows like Issa Rae's Insecure and Tracy Oliver's Harlem. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Living Single? What was some of your favorite moments from Living Single?
Living Single was my absolute favorite show. I watch it like I've never seen the shit ever fucking before. Mm-hmm. Now they have it on all these platforms. It's on Max. It's on Hulu. I think it's on Prime and all that. I would watch that shit from the very first episode, from when they had the old fucking house.
The family
where the door was at the front and the steps was back there and all that. And two, they got the new house in the brownstone or whatever, which was, they had that by like the second episode. Like, that was one of my favorite episodes. I wanted to be Khadijah. I wanted to be Max. I wanted to be some fucking body on that show. I thought that show was so fucking dope. So dope. I aspired to live in a house full of my fucking friends or whatever. I loved it. I loved it. I don't think I had a character that I hated on there. Like, Regine was bougie, but she had aspects about her that I loved.
She was bougetta.
And you know I don't do bougie.
She was bougetta.
She was, and that's what made me love her. Because she could be real, especially when somebody referred to her as his Nene. She did.
No, I'm saying she might have been. I mean, she might have been bougie, but
she was fly as a motherfucker.
Hell yeah!
Let's clear that fucking
Shout
out.
out to the legend,
I love
Kim
Max
Fields.
because fucking Max was unapologetic. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a damn. She said how she felt and felt how she said. I loved Max. I loved Khadijah because she just was that bitch. Like, she was a woman you wanted to aspire to be. Like, she went and put herself out there to follow and fight for her fucking dream. And she did everything that she could to keep her dream going. And I love Sinclair because Sinclair was just this innocent soul. She saw the best in people. She saw the good in people. She wanted everybody to be happy. She wanted everybody to feel joy. She just was, and that woo 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 baby might have made somebody's day better. Okay, I loved all of them.
She was Tabitha Brown before Tabitha Brown
baby,
was Tabitha Brown.
yes, because that's my business. Shout out to Tabitha Brown, baby. I love me some Tabitha.
Hello there.
Yeah, I love me some Tabitha.
So one of my favorite moments from Living Single, well, two of them actually, was the episode where they remade. It was like a Motown episode.
The ladder to the roof.
And Max, when they were doing
Yes.
that song, and Max, she spun around the mic and she fell off
And
the stage.
she fell off the stage, yes. And Khadijah had to take off, and then she popped up at the last minute like, oh, yeah. I loved it. She was like, you get the sing lead, I take your main squeeze. Like, I love that episode. That's one of my favorite episodes. And over 10 in St. Clair's Wedding.
I used to think as a kid when I was younger that, well, was I younger? Yeah. So I used to think when I was younger.
I'm going home and watch Living Single.
No, but like I used to think when I was younger that Kim Coles and John Henson were actually a couple because their chemistry was so amazing.
But come to find out in real life, it was him and Kim Fields.
Yeah, I did not know that. 2 years later.
Yeah. I didn't learn that until we watched. Me and Keita watched the video on YouTube, and Shorty was like. He always wanted to work with her. Like he had a crush on her.
On who? Kim Fields?
On Kim Coles.
Kim Cole. He had a crush on Kim Coles.
Okay.
But then he auditioned for the show. But then he ended up getting in a relationship with
he
Kim
met
Fields. Ship's crazy.
And I wouldn't have expected those two together. But it worked out. I always thought that Kyle and Max made a really cute couple in real life. Like they just looked good together to me. And I was happy. Now, that's one ending that I think I was happy with. I love the fact that, like I said, Overton and St. Clair, Overton was supporting her dreams of wanting to go to Hollywood and, make it big or whatever. Khadijah ended up with Scooter. Regine got her happily ever after.
She did.
And, I think when she kind of let her guard down a little bit and realized he was who he was, even though he did end up being, she got her millionaire. Mm-hmm. She got her mansion.
She did.
She got everything, and I love that.
Hold up. Was it Heavy D? Was it Heavy D?
No. They were friends. She ended up with the guy that I always mistake Blair Underwood for. Because they look a lot alike.
Okay.
The one that played the one that played the stalker Stan on Girlfriend.
His name was Don Franklin.
Him.
Right,
I mistook him and Blair Underwood for each other for so many years. They look so much alike. Oh my God. After we offer this, it's somebody else who looks like they are fucking doppelgangers. They look exactly like.
So his name is Don Franklin. He was also Molly's boss in Insecure.
Yes.
But I remember him, and I'm so quick aside before we go to the last pick. I think I might know what it is because it's probably one of the only shows we haven't mentioned yet.
Of course.
But
it better be.
I remember Don Franklin from a movie that came out in 1985 called Fast Forward. It was a dance movie. It was obscure. Sidney Poitier directed it.
Okay.
It was about 8 friends from Sandusky, Ohio, who were in a dance troupe. Mm-hmm. And they ran away from home, left Ohio, caught the bus to New York to be on a dance competition TV show. Okay. The company that sponsored it said that they would do it, but the owner died. So they were stuck in New York until the next competition came around like a week later, and they went and were dancing all over the place, running, getting money, and it was a cheesy 80 teen movie, leg warmers and high kicks and all this stuff. Apparently,
so basically breaking before breaking.
It was breaking, but think if breaking was more so jazz dancing instead of break dancing, yeah. It was essentially like the leg warmers and the stockings and the gold lame, and Michael DiLorenzo was actually in that movie as one of the dancers on the other troupe. But I brought it up to say Don Franklin is a classically trained ballet dancer.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he got into acting,
that's really cool.
He was a classically trained ballet dancer because he was in that movie on point. He was skinny. Like he was real tall. He was skinny. He had a little afro.
Was he in Breaking too? Was he in Breaking?
He might have been. Michael DiLorenzo, I think, was in Breaking. I don't think Don Franklin was. But Don Franklin was on point. He was doing the high kicks, like literally.
Baby, when I found out Eddie Torres was a dancer, I said, Eddie?
He was in Beat It.
West Side
He was in the Beat It video.
I know that now, but when I seen, of course, we were older when New York Undercover came out. So
we were young.
No, but she
we were
mean
like
no
middle school. But Beat It came out in like the 80s.
No,
Yeah.
we were in elementary school when New York Undercover came out.
No, but she was saying.
It came out in, hold on.
Fifth, yeah.
We was in like
I was about
middle
fifth grade.
school, right?
Yeah, we was about fifth grade. Fifth,
And
sixth grade.
Beat It came out in like
Early.
mid 80s.
Yeah.
Beat It came out in 80.
So we were like
80 was it 80? Hold on.
84, 85.
Let me look this up.
Beat It is on the Off the Wall album.
No, Beat It is on
the
Bad.
Is it?
Beat It is on Bad.
You okay? You right. Okay.
When I hear Beat It, I think of Moonwalker. Moonwalker is about early. Yeah, Moonwalker is about like late 80s.
That was
early
on
90s.
Moonwalker. That was like 89,
Yeah.
90.
Okay.
Like late 80s, early 90s.
So, New York Undercover is an American police drama that aired on the Fox network from September 8th, 1994 to February 11th, 1999. So we were in elementary school when New York.
Oh shit!
Either fourth or fifth grade.
Something else. My ass was sneaking and watching and had the TV on.
No, that was third grade. All right, ready for the last show?
It better be Martin.
It better be what it's supposed to be.
It better be Martin.
It gotta be.
All right, number one. That's a shocker. Homeboys in Outer Space, which aired on UPN from 1990.
You lying,
You're
nigga.
fucking lying. You're fucking lying, Brandon.
Hell no.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying.
The show starred a different road alum, Daryl M. Bell, and Flex Alexander.
No. How the fuck is Martin not on that list?
Hell no.
Hold on. I'm lying. It's not Homeboys in Outer Space.
I was about to, boy.
It's not Homeboys in Outer Space. You ready for the actual number one?
Yes.
Okay. Sparks, which aired on UPN from
Brandon.
1998 to 1999, starred James Avery, Robin Givens, and then Terrence Deshaun Howard.
First of all, that was on my list of shit that's not on that list.
A family-run law firm in South Central Los Angeles, taking cases from all over the neighborhood. This was an underrated show on UPN's primetime network, and I'm literally making this shit up as I go along.
I know you are.
I know you are, nigga. Like
You have to be. It's no way. It's no way that number one is not Martin. I demand a fucking recount.
Number one is Martin, which aired on Fox from 1982 to 1997.
I say, nigga,
I'm gonna say
anything else?
whoever that is contact information because baby, short bus.
He said, nigga, what? Homeboys in Outer Space.
That's on my list of shows that came, black shows that didn't last.
That show didn't even get a full season.
Hell no, that was like, who the fuck? Whoever came up with Homeboys in Outer Space is the same person who fucking casted Flex as Michael Jackson. It is. That was awful, and I love Flex.
It's my little blanket.
I love Flex, but every time I see a meme or something of that movie, I catch an attitude, and I love him.
Fly that.
I will say, and this is totally random factoid about me.
Help me go.
Years ago, when Twitter first started, whenever I would post a new, whenever I would update my profile picture, I would put "flat at" as the caption on Twitter, and then it was my little homage to Flex Washington and 101.
Hey yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Let me read the
That Michael Jackson movie was the only movie or the only
Didn't
thing
they like
that he
put
white makeup on him.
No.
It was
that
awful.
was the only thing that he ever played in where he did not play Flex. Anything that you seen him in, Juice, Homeboys in Outer Space.
He was in Juice.
Yeah, he was the DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Was he in Juice?
He was the DJ that got.
Okay, let me start this blurb over again. So it says Martin Lawrence left his stand-up stage to make a home in Detroit as Martin Payne on Martin. Alongside Mr. What's Up, What's Up, What's Up was his girlfriend Gina Waters, played by Tisha Campbell, arch nemesis Pamela James, and his boys Tommy and Cole. From trying to desperately find out what Tommy did for a living to hosting an interrogation to find the culprit who stole his CD using a fake dog, it was definitely his CD player, not a CD. Mm-hmm. Martin made your stomach hurt with laughter. But the real standout of the series was Lawrence's theatrical skills, which he put to good use across a handful of characters he portrayed alongside Payne. Shanae Jenkins, Edna Payne, Old Otis, Jerome, Roscoe, Dragonfly Jones, Bob, Elroy Preston, and King Beef.
Don't you know no good?
Don't you know no good?
Don't you know no good? Don't you G-O-O-O-D?
Don't you G-O-O-D?
G-O-O-D.
Don't. Martin was and is the definition of innovation. A black sitcom whose over-the-top comedy was uncompromising and unfiltered.
Okay, all right.
Thoughts on Martin?
I love Martin.
Favorite moments from Martin?
Anytime Pam and Shanae got into it was always funny for me. My absolutely favorite episode was the episode when he proposed to Gina, when Brian McKnight sang to her.
Brian,
I ugly cried.
Ain't shit McKnight.
Yeah, Brian, fuck him. McKnight, add him to the list. Fuck him.
Hey, yo.
But that was one of my favorite episodes, and the episode when they got married when Babyface sang to her while she was coming down the aisle. Those are two of my favorite episodes. It was one other episode. Oh, Random Spoons is one of my favorite episodes.
Random Spoons.
I loved it.
No, I like the fact that Martin to me was what the Cosby Show was to the 80s. Mm-hmm. If you wanted to be like, if you wanted to get your step, your foot in the door, you went on just like like Bill Cosby gave a lot of young actors like that rub. Martin did the same thing, and then he also incorporated young up and coming rappers and up and coming like singers and shit like that, and put them, gave them that platform to promote. And I think that, and I also feel like even like I think one of my favorite episodes was when Kid came on the show.
Yeah. Forever Shanae.
I said, Kid, can you kiss me like you did that big hair girl in House Party?
He was like, it was so funny.
But I also liked when Jenny got her head stuck in the bed.
That was hilarious.
And she wasn't actually stuck in because you could see how the space was big enough for her head to get out. Yeah.
That one and the episode when they trapped Leon Lonnie Love.
Yo.
I got a feeling everything's gonna be all right. Ho, 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 I got a feeling everything's gonna be all right.
Then
I got a feeling
I love
everything's gonna be all right.
Chilligan's Island.
Right. Oh my God.
That ain't no damn puppy.
Baby, him and Pam beat the shit out that damn puppy. Or whatever the fuck it was.
But then I love the callback. No, but yeah.
That's what that was. That was some kind of island rat.
But then I love the callback to when they got stuck in the woods and they was drinking.
He was like, Martin,
remember that?
Remember that thing from the island?
Remember that rat possum puppy thing? Well, it's back. He said, back. On the count of 3. 1. I said on the 2. I said on the 3. Bet it's mine.
But yeah, that's what I mean. No, but that's what I told you. Like, yo, on real shit.
I got another one.
Martin wasn't number 1.
The episode where Martin kept dreaming about Pam.
He dropped that was a 110 weight. He was like,
you sweet sexy thing. That one and the one where Martin joined the cult.
Brother Shaquille
Naji Rumba. Yes. Coco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and like right before they got married, and Martin was like, I guess this is the last time I'll be able to get busy by myself. And he did the whole little dance thing around. Yeah, I love that one. I hated when him and Tommy fell out. I did. I hated that when they fell out over the suitcase thing and all that.
Yo, but when Tommy got into the accident, it's like, yo, they pulled the dude while and was like, it's just a blank car.
It's just
because he ain't got no job.
But I'm here to tell you, Tommy did have a job, because when the show first started, Tommy was mentoring them kids down at the school where he ran into Miss Trinidad's stinking ass at.
That was Miss Trinidad.
Nah, I'm gonna burst that one, because they came out and Tisha Campbell on Tisha Arnold came out and said like, yo, Tommy didn't like it was like a feud with the writers, because he was always talking like, all right, so Tommy was always trying to like talk about like character development. So the run on gag was Tommy had no job.
Right.
And because he would he pretty much got on the writer's nerves. It's like, they never actually fleshed out a actual occupation for him. Mm-hmm. So that's why the joke became, you ain't got no job, man.
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
But
he said Tommy got me a job in the same place he worked at. He said, when do you start? I don't know.
What you doing? The same thing Tommy doing. But no.
He said, oh no, I got transferred. He said, wait, to that big across the street. I said, Jesus.
He's like, yo, you mean one with the boarded up the blacked out boarded up windows?
He said, the one without no windows. Yeah. Like, oh Lord, when he bought Aquanetta on the ski trip.
Fucking
Aquanetta. Nah. He said, you the one that had me thinking she was a sister. He said, how? By naming her Aquanetta.
No.
That thing was White Bob when he popped up on the trip.
I was just coming in hard and this guy just handed me this picture of margaritas.
Yo, I liked it. I loved it. Like Martin, that was, I want to say that was probably a big part of our childhood.
Oh, definitely.
And because I think around that time, the TV
Martin
show
would have
came
been
out.
canceled in this day of time.
Oh yeah, it's
because
not
the whole
politically
thing
correct.
with the white face with Bob and the things that were being said, he would have been accused of fat shaming and
yeah, because whenever Big Shirley came around,
we never saw her face.
He said it smelled like canned ham in there. Some shit he said one day about Big Shirley. We only saw actual Big Shirley one time.
Smelling like bull baloney.
Right. Well, all right. Rest in peace to Nipsey.
And to Thomas Michael Ford himself.
Yes, to Tommy himself, baby. You got a job now. You singing in a comeback choir here.
So years ago,
love it. I wish they would have did that reunion while he was still here. That would have been awesome. But it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
So
said, so years ago, somebody asked me about asked about ideas from Martin on Twitter, and I posted it. Well, I posted it and deleted it because again, people be stealing intellectual property. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I think it was right around the time they posted the picture of all of them meeting together for lunch.
Yeah.
And Martin and Tisha were outside we got some stuff in the works, but we can't announce nothing yet.
Mm-hmm. They thought they were going to do a reboot, and I don't.
Right. And somebody was like, question so what would Martin be doing, or what would the show be like nowadays? And I said, okay, so my idea was to modernize the show. What you do is you make Martin a talk show host like Sway in the Morning. Mm-hmm. Gina and Pam.
That's what he went to LA to do. He got the talk show.
Right. Mm-hmm. Gina and Pam would have their own advertising firm, with Martin being one of their biggest client, or one of their clients.
Yes.
Tommy is still in the series, but he only communicates on the phone. He's always at work, but they never see him. They call. He only talks to them on the phone, and they'll play.
Now he'll be traveling.
He's traveling for work, but you'll know it's him because they would have you hear his laugh.
They would have to find somebody to duplicate that laugh.
Or they could just lift one of the time he left off an old episode and just input it into the phone so you can hear him laughing.
Cole was supposed to marry Shanice.
Cole and Shanice got married, and they have a set of twins.
Jesus,
one is the
dumb
idiot,
and dumber.
One is the idiot like them, but one is a genius.
I would love that. That would be dope as fuck. And I think,
but has blonde moments like them. It's kind of peeks through. It's like Martin's like, you dumb, just like them.
Right.
But then the kid is a genius, and then who else is left? Mama Payne is still alive.
Mama Payne would be like 102 now.
Shanae became the president of the Ladies League of Detroit. And she
my God.
She franchised Shanae Show Hair Salon, and now is a multimillionaire, but still dresses like it's 1996.
I can see that with the fucking fanny pack.
Okay,
I fuck with you. I
fuck with it.
I like
and
that.
What else? And then Jerome finally gave up trying to be a pimp. But now he cuts hair at the old barbershop in Detroit.
Oh my God! Not the barbershop, Mr. Jim, because Jim is gone in real life too.
But you also need that little nigga.
He gonna have to bring what's his name back with the little rat tail on the back.
That's what I was about to say. You also need him.
I'm too near you not to hear you. What was his name?
He said, "And he don't tip."
Little dog. Him. Yeah, he need to bring him back.
It's like he get on my nerves, and he don't tip.
And maybe bring Hustle Man in. Hustle Man is a successful business owner now. That would be dope. It'd
be fun if he found it like a competitor to Amazon. Amazon or
some shit like that.
Hustleman.com.
Bruh Man finally started using the door. He ain't on the fifth floor no more.
I'm sorry, baby. He
still got to come through the window.
There's time because he's old, he gets stuck and he can't lift his leg up, so he just
come through the window in fucking LA. Like, how the fuck you end up in LA? We've been gone from Detroit for 20 years. Like, Martin and Gina gonna have kids by now. I would love for Pam and I wanted Pam and Tommy together. I actually liked Pam and Tommy.
Maybe they
as a
do have
couple.
kids together, but again, if Tommy's always traveling for work, he's just never
Right.
around.
I liked Pam. I did.
Yeah,
I liked
just
them
don't be
together.
like, That's So Raven, where she got with him, and then they got like divorced
Or something.
Yeah,
I know. On by the time you got the Ravens home, I got on there and said, "What the fuck you mean she divorced Devon?" I was behooved.
But remember the episode. So remember, Martin, they gave Pam or attempted to give her her own spinoff.
No, I didn't know that.
So remember the episode she randomly started. There was one episode that was just focused only on her.
When she was
Worked
when
at the
she brought
record label.
Tyrese in and
She
all
worked
that
at the
stuff.
record label as an A&R.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a backdoor pilot for Tashina Arnold
Oh,
to go
okay.
off and have her own series, but it didn't get picked up.
I would have liked that. Tashina Arnold dope as fuck. Like I'm still a big fan. I watch her on The Neighborhood every Monday. She's funny as fuck on The Neighborhood. I love her in Cedric the Entertainer's Energy.
yeah. I like
feed
it
off
better.
of each other.
I like it better than him and Niecy Nash.
I did like I liked that show though. Soul Man. I did like Soul Man, but I like The Neighborhood better. Yeah, their chemistry is like for real, for real. They feed off of each other. Yeah,
But
just like
but
her and
that's
Martin did. Her and Martin fed off each other.
Oh, yeah.
The way they
That's a test.
traded jokes. That's what they call me and Ron.
True.
The dude Ron deal with. That's what they call us, Martin and Gina. Martin and Pam, because we be just
But I
trading
believe
and stuff for so fun.
but
It's
I
all in
believe
love,
that's an
though.
attest to true artistry and improvisation, because him and Pam going back and forth. But then I also like the fact that her and Tisha Campbell, like, they been like necking, like, like right beside each other, like they whole careers. Like, you seen both of them in like Little Shop of Horrors, and then it's like somehow, some way, they end up incorporating each other in whatever project that they're doing. I don't know if she ever been on the episode of The Neighbors, but I mean, I don't know. If I ain't never watched, I gotta watch it. That's the John Mulaney joint, right? Him and Cedric Entertainer, John Mulaney.
I always forget his name.
I never watched The Neighborhood.
The Neighborhood is really funny. I need you to watch it. Like, I be cackling. Them two, like, she has Pam moments.
Oh, does she?
And it makes me laugh. Like, some of the stuff she'll say, and you be like, wait a minute. Like, you get a flashback, like, oh my God. So it's really funny to me. And I like the way Cedric the Entertainer and the white guy feed off of each other. And I love the relationship between, and which is funny, Tashina's Arnold character on the show name is Tina. So it just made me laugh because I'm like, Tina. So her and the one that plays his wife, that plays the next door neighbor's wife. Oh God, what is her name? It's not Anna. Gemma. Her name is Gemma.
Okay.
And I was already a fan of hers because she was the one from Two Broke Girls.
Oh yeah. Beth Bears.
Yeah. She's funny as fuck on The Neighborhood. Like, some of the stuff that be coming out of her mouth is so
I want to say
funny.
real quick. I know we talking about black sitcoms, but Justice for Two Broke Girls, because that was one of my favorite fucking shows.
It was.
Of the
That
past
show was
10
funny
years.
as fuck. Max was my bitch.
And I was mad that it got canceled
Me
before I got
too.
to see Max and Randy get married. I know they white, and it's.
But some
I
other,
loved it. It was toilet humor,
Yeah.
but it was fucking funny to me.
It
But
was.
Yeah.
Man, Stan was in the shit.
He was.
It's not a black show though.
He was on there, and I hated that he wasn't part of the Martin reunion. But I heard that it was some blood or something, and that's why
Really?
between him and Martin. That's what I heard. I don't know how
Really?
true that is. So I was like, how did you not have Stan included in the reunion? Like, he was a big part of at least the first few seasons of the show before Martin left the radio station.
But it was still just the original cat. It was
Yeah.
just the five of them, over four of them minus.
I mean,
minus
to
Thomas
be-
Michael Ford.
To be real about, to be honest.
But they brought in a lot of guest stars for the show. Like, Snoop came in.
But they didn't bring in
Brumman came on. And,
Oh,
I
they
mean,
did.
well,
well in that case.
I think Tracy Morgan did a video or something on
I
there.
would
But
say-
yeah, I wish they would have. I wish he was there because
I actually felt like when I watched his Hollywood Star ceremony, and it's like,
Martin.
and I actually felt like, like what Tracy Morgan was saying is like, he did one show on Def Comedy Jam, and then it was like, he called him to be on that, and it's like, like I said, Martin gave a lot of people the opportunity
to be who they are now.
Yeah. And it's like he opened up a lot of doors. Like he opened up a lot of doors and was generous with it. Like, generous with, like, it wasn't, like gatekeeping like you hear about from other celebrities saying, like, I'm up here, I'm not gonna let you, like, I ain't gonna let you come in here and fuck up what I got going on. Or I'm not gonna let you become competition. You feel what I'm saying? But it was like, I believe Martin opened up a lot of doors. I think Cedric the Entertainer was a breakout character in Steve Harvey.
Yeah. He was.
Like, definitely.
I love to say it.
Yes. So that wraps up the end of the list. Now we're going to jump into, before we get into our Q&A segment of this episode, what TV shows were some of your favorites that were not mentioned on this list of black?
So some of my stuff was more so 2000 shows, but one show that I think was underrated was Thea. I love Thea.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find that somewhere. I did find a few episodes on YouTube. I wish it was somewhere else so that we can watch it. But some of the other shows, and then you did speak of Sparks. I actually liked Sparks. I thought Sparks was dope. I did like Sparks. It was another show that I think I mentioned this before, but I don't think nobody actually remembers it because it didn't last that long. But it was called Out All Night. Do you remember that?
Patty LaBelle,
Morris Chestnut.
Was Dwayne Martin in it?
Dwayne Martin. Like, they were so young on that show. That was a good show. I don't think it lasted past a few episodes or whatever, but that was a good show. Sinbad also had a show where he adopted the boys or something and was raising he had two sons or something. He was raising on his own or something like that. I want to say Jason Weaver was on that show. Yeah, I'm about to look it up. That was
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I think what wasn't. It's funny that they mentioned Cousin Skeeter.
Yes, the Sinbad show.
No, but they didn't mention 101.
Ran for one season in 1993, really? And actually, the one who played his son, Ray J, played his son.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I don't remember that show.
Ray J, he had a son and a daughter, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he adopted them. Like, they were somebody else's children, and then TK Carson played his brother or his best friend or something. Yeah. They had a Jet magazine cover and everything.
Yo, I remember.
Oh wow,
that show was dope as hell.
So,
but I believe he adopted them too and raised them as his own or something like that. That was a really good show.
And that was like right after that was the reason why he left A Different World, right?
I can't remember because I swear it was another show he had prior
to that one.
To this one, I swear. Because what year did he leave?
He left after he was in the first maybe 3 seasons of A Different World.
I think so. Another show, like I just pulled a list up. Rock.
Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say Rock.
Rock is Rock was underrated.
My shit. In the House.
In the House, definitely.
The Parenthood.
Yep.
On Our Own. That didn't last long.
Malcolm and Eddie.
That's on my list.
Yep. My brother and me.
That on me. Do you remember Between Brothers with it had Kadeem Hardison and Callie Perrine, Dondre Whitfield, and Tommy Davidson. They all played.
Yeah.
They played like.
It was like
Best Friends or something.
The one light skinned nigga was like
a male version of
Golden Girls.
No, it was more like a girlfriend or like girlfriends or a living single.
Oh,
like I think 2 of them were related.
Yeah, Kadeem Hardison and that light skinned nigga
and Dondre Whitfield. Yep, Kadeem Hardison and Dondre Whitfield were brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was like Kadeem was like Kadeem.
Yeah,
and that only lasted like a season. 2 seasons. No, 2 seasons. I'm sorry. I
don't remember that
because I can't find it nowhere.
One show that doesn't get mentioned a lot, even though it technically wasn't a sitcom, but it was in it from the 90s, was the PJs.
Yeah,
I love the PJs. Remember For Your Love?
Yeah, but
they are actually that's being broadcast right now on TV One.
So
they are broadcasting
James
right
For Your
now.
Love and Holly Robinson Pete.
Yes.
D.B. Pfeiffer.
Yes.
I forget who her husband was.
What's the white guy name? Oh God, was forget his name.
Moffat, I think.
I think that is his name. And then Tamara Jones.
Tamala Jones or Tamala Jones.
Yeah. She was the soon-to-be sister-in-law to Holly Robinson's character because Holly Robinson's character
was married to James LaShaw.
Yeah, and they were brothers. Those 2 were brothers. Yeah. But The Parenthood, I actually rewatched. That's on Max as well. I rewatched that. Rock was on BET Plus for a minute. I watched that all of that.
Yo,
I love watching Rock.
I loved Rock.
Yo,
I
especially
loved Rock.
when
It
you
was
seen
really
Clifton
slept
Powell
on.
character, and you saw like his character development as the gangster drug dealer, and then he came back and talked to my mans, and when he was in jail, it was like, yo, this ain't for you. Like this ain't for you.
Yeah, but like some other shows, like I said, some of these go into the 2000s.
Yeah.
So like shows like Bernie Mac and
That started in.
in 01, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, but we talking about 90 shows.
I know, but I'm just saying like some of the other shows,
Yeah,
black shows that came after those black shows, they started in like the early 2000s, like Bernie Mac and My Wife and Kids started in 2001. One-on-One started in 2001.
All right, okay.
So like
Girlfriend started in 2000.
yes, so like shows like that followed up to those 90 shows, and we still was getting that 90 vibe from, you know, the family, especially with like My Wife and Kids. That was a family show. That showed like some real life shit. Junior getting his girlfriend pregnant, and the daughter having a party when the boyfriend got drunk, and you know, real life shit. Them, you know, Jay having body issues because she had gave birth to 3 damn kids, and then they run into this bitch who done had 9 kids they went to school with, but this bitch still looked like a supermodel, and she was feeling, you know, self-conscious and stuff because she had been the working mom all these years, and she went and stepped the game up. So like a lot of these shows were so relatable to the things that we grew up on. But I think one show that's really slept on is In the House. In the House is my shit. That's something
I loved In the House.
In the House is streaming on Max. It is. I watched that whole thing. And they stream on a couple other channels, like cable channels, like what is the name of the channel? Not the Afro channel, but it's another Aspire. I think it's the network that shows a lot of old black shows too. Aspire, Cleo, and the Afro channel show like old black shows, old black movies, stuff like that.
Well, Good Times is still in syndication, right?
Yes,
It still
Good
airs on
Times still
television.
airs on TV One. That's the last place I knew it was airing was TV One.
Yo, my mother used to watch that shit every
All of them,
every
though.
weekend.
Every now and again,
I still watch Good Times when it comes.
I can't. I never really got into Good Times. When my mother's in my house, she usually puts Good Times on. But I never really got into it. Like I did sit and binge watch it one Saturday because they had it on.
True.
And I just want to say this.
Florida was the villain. We know.
She was the problem. She was. She was the problem.
We said that on the previous episode. We're going to get into it again. What are some other black sitcoms you remember? Not necessarily from the 90s, but maybe some from the 70s or 80s.
Amen.
Amen. We mentioned
that
Amen.
was my shit. I cannot
227,
find
of
that
course.
anywhere. I cannot find Amen anywhere.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's
it's not
probably
a full
about.
episode. I haven't been able to find full episodes.
okay.
I've been able to find like snippets and stuff.
227.
I love 227. 227 is streaming.
It's on. That is on Hulu. Yeah, because
Yes.
Antoine had me. I'll admit I didn't really get into 227 until Antoine had me in here watching it, and I literally binged the first season. After this was like a year ago at this point.
Yo, I liked it, especially that episode when Morris Day was on there, and it was like, yo, Regina King walked around him, and then she was like, yo, now we married, and she's like, nah.
Oh, you know what? Since we talking about outside the 90s, what about Eve? Eve was a good show.
Yeah.
Loved Eve. Again, is on. I love Max. Max has a lot of stuff on there. I've watched Eve, and then it broadcasts on Cleo or one of them channels at night too. So I watch that all the time. Like I ain't never seen that shit before. Eve was slept on. But Eve spoke about her being the reason that it didn't get renewed beyond that next season.
Right.
She said because she had a lot of shit going on. She wasn't showing up and stuff like that. I would have loved for that
gone as far as
to
it,
have
like-
gone further than it did because it was a really good show. It was slept on, and I actually wanted Shelly and JT to get back together. I did.
What other shows besides Eve? So we talked about
I'm trying to think.
shows from the 80s. What about shows from the 80s? Black shows.
Oh my god!
Amen, 227.
Of course, yeah, the Cosby Show.
The Cosby
I'm sorry,
Show,
the Cosby
yep.
Show was a good fucking show. It had a lot of life lessons and stuff in it. It showed you that black people can be fucking successful.
Oh, yeah,
a
absolutely.
lawyer and a doctor. They had this big ass house. They took care of their children. Their children were going to college and being college educated, but they
But
were
they
learning
also showed
lessons
you-
and they were allowed to make mistakes. And they put their fucking foot down.
They also showed
down.
you a level of discipline without actually beating your
Yes,
kids.
yes, they did. Because
And-
baby, when Vanessa took her ass to Baltimore to see the wretched big fun. Did you see the video of the girl reenacting that in front of Felicia Rashad
No,
and Howard?
uh-uh.
So it was something going on. You know, she's like
She's the head of
dean
the
of
drama-
something,
the drama
department.
Yeah.
And the girl reenacted that in front of her, and it was so funny. She had her down pat. She was like, "Shut up!" And Felicia Rashad was behind her like. Like she was cracking up. That's one of the best episodes.
If you find it, I'm gonna see that clip. If you find it, send it to me.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can still got it saved on. I swear I think it's on Facebook, but it was really, really, really funny. But yeah, that showed like what a family could be, that you could be well off. They taught their children how to value money and stuff, and nothing is ever going to top that fucking Gordon Cottrell.
The Gordon Gartrell shirt?
Yes. No, it was a good trail because that was horrible. The
name was Gordon Gartrell.
No, that's the real shirt. That shit that she made him was a Cottrell.
No, I thought the name of the shirt that she made was Gartrell.
Yeah, it's
no,
Gartrell.
She's saying that shit was fucked
that
up.
It was based on
one sleeve was a Gordon.
The
sleeve was down here, the collar was over here to the side.
Baby, it was awful because fucking Trey and Boys in the Hood had an authentic one on. And a lot of people pointed it out like, this is what Theo's shirt was supposed to fucking look like.
You know what?
It didn't. It didn't. It was awful. It was awful. It was terrible.
80s.
I'm saying, but an honorable mention. I'm going to give an honorable mention to fucking George Lopez. I'm sorry, George Lopez was
black.
It's not black. I'm sorry, but he a person of color. I loved.
Okay, Shauna, I'm gonna strike that one because he was concentrating on 90. That don't count. Just respect to George Lopez, but no, that don't count. I know you like George Lopez, but he's not black, so that don't count.
Oh, all of us.
Oh yeah, all of us.
I forgot about all of us. Half and half.
Oh. That's one of my favorite.
That's my shit.
One of my favorite.
Through this journey of discovery. But are we coming further up?
Yeah.
The game was good when it first started.
Yeah, the game, which was
and when they rebooted it on BET the first time, it irritated me a little bit because they changed too much on BET for me.
I don't think I watched.
And then when they just rebooted it on Peacock or Paramount, which it just got canceled again.
Of course it did. Was it 2 seasons?
Yeah, it made it to 2 seasons. When they rebooted it again, it was okay. The only reason I liked it on Paramount or Peacock or whatever channel it was on is because it was a little more raw. Like they let them cuss and all that shit like that. But the original game with Med School and Darwin and all that, Ding Dong and all them, I like the original one more so than the remake. Did you ever watch Let's Stay Together? That was a good show. That was good. That was on BET. That ran for, I didn't realize that ran for 4 seasons. I thought that only ran for 2 seasons. And it was a show with, oh man. It was a show with Malcolm Jamal Warner and Tracy Ellis Ross. What was the name of the show?
It was on BET. They were doctors.
Yes. Read Between the Lines.
Read Between the Lines.
I hated the way that the second, because I think Tracy left that to start Girlfriend.
No, she started Blackish.
Yeah, that's what it was, Blackish. I apologize. That was after Girlfriends. To start Blackish. So the way that they wrote her character out, like she just left them and left him with the kids. And it pissed me off. I hated it. I hated it a whole bunch. Yeah. I hated it. And it was a really good show and it had the potential, and I felt like they should have just brought somebody in to replace her. I didn't like the way that they did that.
I got one.
Okay.
Famous Jet Jackson.
I remember that.
Rest in peace to Lee Thompson Young.
Yes, man. I remember that. And also That's So Raven.
Yeah.
You gotta mention That's So Raven. I liked That's So Raven. That was a really cute show.
I thought,
We forgot one in the 80s.
What?
Give Me a Break.
Oh!
Hey, yo.
And Benson.
Yes.
Yo.
Give me a break, I sure deserve it. I loved me some No Carter. I love No.
Yo, that. Okay.
Give Me a Break was a good show.
What was the one with Red Fox and Della Reese?
Oh, that shit. It only lasted one season because he died.
Yeah, he died on
The
set.
Royal Family or something like that. It was Della Reese, Red Fox, Lorenz Tate,
and Raven Simone.
What was the TV show? It used to be.
I know what you're about to say.
I know it's remember we talk about Soul Food because that was a drama. It wasn't it was a series on Showtime. But Links. Remember Links?
Oh yeah, Links.
Show.
Shit. We'll go with I can't remember the dude's name.
With
Brooks.
Jim Brown.
Yeah,
it was Jim Brown.
What's Jim Brown?
No, it wasn't Jim Brown.
No. It's the other guy. What's his name? He always play a villain in something.
It wasn't Clifton Powell, was it?
No, it wasn't Clifton Powell.
Links was the one with the barbershop.
No, it was a bar.
I remember that. Okay.
It was the bar.
Okay, I remember Links. No, I thought you was about
Lincoln
to say
Heights on, I think it was ABC Family.
Yeah, but that was a drama too.
Yeah.
But I thought you was about to say South Central. That only, but that was drama
South
too,
Central,
with Lorenz Tate and Susan Douglas. Was Susan
Douglas, yeah.
Suzanne, rest in peace, Suzanne Douglas.
Rest in peace to her. Yeah,
She was a excellent actress. Excellent actress.
What else? So
What's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's 70s. Yeah.
What's happening and what's happening now? Because they had the spinoff of that.
The Carmichael Show.
Love the Carmichael Show. I rewatched them damn seasons on Hulu. I was so mad when they canceled that show, but I understood why he did it.
I mean, you gotta give some respect to Tyler Perry. As much as we talk about him, you gotta give him respect for Meet the Browns,
House of Pain. You do.
Also, remember True Jackson VP with Keke Palmer?
Yes.
We were too old. I didn't watch that, but
Everybody Hates Chris.
I forgot about Everybody Hates Chris.
I actually just binge watched that on Hulu again because although I'm not a fan of Chris Rock, that I like the show, and of course I love Tashina Arnold, and I used to like Terry Crews, but and I'm a fan of Tyler Williams. He's dope as fuck on Abbott Elementary. Abbott motherfucking Elementary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Show right there.
Yes. Love it.
So do you remember this show called Zoe After? Ever After, they used to come on
with Brandy.
Yes. It was only on one season, 8 episodes.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Boondocks.
Oh, since we mentioned Tyler Perry, his show For Better or For Worse, they got like 6 seasons.
Well,
that was a comedy.
We talking about black TV shows in general now. We can't forget about Greenleaf on OWN, and we can't forget about Queen Sugar. Which is
I know
Queen
y'all niggas.
Sugar
I know y'all love y'all some Queen Sugar.
You know what else was good though?
Queen Sugar is one of the best black dramas on television. Period. They made it 7 seasons. The show just wrapped this past December 2022. I actually finished watching it, but it was an amazing drama.
Excellent show.
Yeah, this show was
Queen Sugar. Greenleaf was another great show, and it was it's another show similar to Greenleaf. They just
Keita had me watching Greenleaf.
Greenleaf
on Bounce Network. Saints and Sinners.
Okay,
baby, you talking about some drama? You thought there was some drama on Greenleaf, baby? These church folks was something else.
That's the one with Vanessa
Clifton Powell,
Calloway, and Christian St. John, not St. John. What's the name?
Christian. Oh God, he in all the Tyler Perry.
Christian
Keys.
Okay, bet.
He in all the Tyler Perry stuff.
Well, we talk about more recent shows. You have P-Valley, which got renewed for a 3rd season. Probably won't see until 2024 at this point.
Survivor's Remorse.
No,
I heard that was really
pissed me off.
That show didn't get its due. I actually discovered it.
Excellent show.
I binged the first 2 seasons.
I heard it was really
watched
good.
the 3rd season, and then it got canceled. But Tashina Arnold was doing some damn good acting in Survivor.
Absolutely.
She played the mother of the guy who ended.
Jesse. He made it out of they grew up in
Boston.
Hood. He made it out of the hood.
Was he a basketball player or a football player?
Basketball. He took his mother, his uncle, played by Mike Epps, and his sister. Erica, who played his sister? Oh God, what was her name?
I know her.
It'll come to me in a minute. If you see her face, she's in a lot of stuff.
Her face is in my head right now.
But then everybody else was expecting him to do the same thing for them. Like you can't take everybody on your journey. So yeah.
So who else? Let's see. We have more recent shows like Run the World, which is on Stars,
and Harlem.
I have not.
They
watched
are very similar shows. I think I'm 1 episode behind on Run the World this season. I just got caught up because I was like, oh shit, I ain't watched that in like 3-4 weeks.
I keep saying I'm gonna watch it, but I haven't.
I like it. Shout out to Brescia Webb, straight out of Baltimore, baby. I love to see somebody from Baltimore rapping.
I'm gonna say this, and it's like I don't think a lot of people actually watched it. But as far as like black shows, I liked Luke Cage.
Luke Cage
was good.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was good.
I spoke of Marlon. Marlon is good. The Upshaws. Miss Pat show.
I keep saying now.
Miss Pat is freaking hilarious. I don't care if you don't like cussing. You might not want to watch it. If you real sensitive, do not watch the show. Don't watch it because I don't want you online complaining about the shit because we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Cage was good. Was like amazing to me. But I think that's just the fact that I loved anything with a black superhero.
Yeah.
And Luke Cage to me was he was the dude that, you know what I mean, like, you know, that dude on the block, like, hey yo, look, like these niggas like they getting, you know, they messing with me. I need you to go handle that. And you know, he was a bulletproof man.
What about Dear White People?
I watched the first.
I watched.
I don't think I finished that.
I watched the first season. I watched the first season with Keita.
2 seasons, I think. Well, it's 4 seasons. I watched the first 3. I didn't watch the last season. Dear White People.
The show We Blackish, Grownish,
Of course.
Mixedish. Mixedish didn't last. I actually started getting into Mixedish.
Oh,
Lovecraft Country. We only got one season.
I'm still mad this show got canceled.
Instant Mom. Did y'all ever see that? That was Tamara's show. It lasted 3 seasons on Nickelodeon or Nick at Night or something. Yeah. She was like, she married a man who had children already, and she became their stepmother or something like that. That was a pretty good show.
I like Black Lightning.
Okay.
And I think
Black Lightning was pretty good. I did watch Black Lightning. I only watched like maybe the first couple episodes of the first season, but it's ending now, right? So I might go binge watch it.
Binge watch the season. It's gonna be like one episode where it like kind of like drop off, like, but that's because they did the whole Arrowverse crossover thing.
The Shy. Did we say The Shy?
No.
The Shy. That's a damn good show.
So one show I recently started watching, which I'm mad I just discovered it after it got canceled, was Southside. It's on HBO Max.
I know what you're talking about. It's
Southside,
on Max. Yeah.
It was the clip I think you seen, but it was a woman sitting on her front porch, and the cop was talking to her, and she was like, "I know Coretta Scott King. Fuck Coretta.
Ooh.
I called Coretta back in the day because the bitch talked too much." And she was like, "I ain't gonna let you disrespect."
I think I seen like the first 2 episodes of that.
She was like, "I ain't gonna let you disrespect one of our civil rights legends." She held the gun. The cop had a gun drawn, and she put it up to her head. The bitch wasn't funny.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Southside is so hilarious. It's so hilarious.
What else did I read?
Of course, we're talking about, I guess, black TV shows in general. We can't not mention Insecure.
I just was about to say Insecure.
We also had
Bel Air.
We
got to talk about Bel Air, even though it's not technically a remake. It's like a reimagining.
Yeah.
And I like it. Like, a lot of people said they couldn't get into it because it's not funny. It's not supposed to be funny. Like, if you would have paid attention when they spoke about it, they said that it was going to be a dramatic.
I think the best thing about that, the dude just did one trailer. And that shit caught on like wildfire, bro.
And then when Will Smith saw it, snapped it up.
Like, yo.
He imagined that. It's crazy to think, and this goes to like just like it's following like your dreams in general. Mm-hmm. He put the trailer out because it was his favorite TV show, and he did a reimagining of it. And now he is the executive producer on a TV show on a major streaming network.
Right.
Yeah.
And you work with Will Smith to put out this show.
Yeah.
Off of a trailer you filmed on your own time.
Right. On your fucking iPhone or some shit, bro. Like,
yeah. It's a few other shows who they might not be very popular. They're on the Bounce Network, but I used to keep up with them, and that was Family Time, that starred Omar Gooding and Angel Conwell. That was a pretty good show. They had several seasons. They had at least like 5 seasons.
And my man
and then In the Cut, which was originally when In the Cut came on the first season, In the Cut had Jack A. Harry and Professor Ogilvy. I don't care what his real name is. His name is Professor Ogilvy. And Ken Lawson, who played T on the Parkers. Mm-hmm. So they reunited on that show. And I think the way it started out is he had been married to Jack A's character or something like that. And then he found out that he had a son from a previous marriage or a previous relationship, and it was Ken Lawson who played his son. So he moved to whatever state he was. I think they're in LA. And he ended up working with him at the shop or whatever. It's a really cute show. I don't know if it's any current season. It says 7 seasons, and I can't remember if I'm caught up or not. So
but Bounce,
Bounce be having some
Bounce
good shows.
Sleeper.
People be sleeping on Bounce.
Mm-hmm. Hey yo, y'all remember
That's My Mama? Like, that was before our time, but Sanford and Son.
Joe the policeman on the What's Going Down episode of
That's My Mama.
Hey,
give it up for Jackson Heights' own Mr. Randy Watson.
Hey, yo,
Sex chocolate.
Yo,
chocolate.
I believe the children are our future.
Y'all might not. Yo, remember? It was a black superhero. I think his name was Mantis. And the show used to come on probably like on a Saturday, Saturday after like Mad TV and shit, like Mad TV and shit went off, and it's like in the middle of the night, and I can't remember his name, but I know that he was in the Falcon and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, TV show on Disney Plus. He played Isaiah Bradley. But yo, it was a short lived. It was like he was stuck in a wheelchair, but he wore like this exosuit that had him like moving around. Like he was supposed to be like the Black Batman.
Okay,
but I think it only had like one season. But Fox 45, they was just trying shit back then.
They was just trying shit.
No, dead ass. Yo, dead ass. So they was just trying shit. Now, since we talking black shows, we can't forget the black cartoons. C-Band and Jamal.
Yo,
Proud Family.
The Proud Family,
of course.
I forgot about C-Band and Jamal.
I did
Static
too.
Shock.
I forgot about Static Shock.
Where I found that
Shit, it was
appreciation.
so rare that we had black fucking
I found that
cartoons.
appreciation for Phil Lamar. Like, he played Static, and then it's like, but then kind of found out Static wasn't even part of DC at that time. Like,
He wasn't.
And it was also amazing. I think I remember that one episode where Lil Romeo was on that, but that was trash. I didn't think he was supposed to be a superhero, but hey, there we go. But yeah, we
gotta take little from in front of that man's name. That's a grown man, dog.
I said what I said.
That's why I don't call what's his name Bow Wow no more. His name
That's
is
Shad. Nigga,
Howard.
that nigga name is Shad Moss.
All right,
bro.
y'all. So let's wrap up this section here. We have a lot of appreciation for us seeing us on television, and I think
Absolutely.
it's just definitely important, especially for us as young kids. Like I could only imagine how we would have
Positive
turned out.
representation.
I don't remember Mantis at all. I don't remember that show.
No, me neither. He looks familiar though.
But I think it's just important. I think all of us can agree that it's important to have representation for us in media. With this current push and we're going to talk about politics at this point. I feel like we have to.
Yeah.
But with this current push for cutting out DEI programs at schools and in businesses, and with affirmative action being struck down at the Supreme Court, it's important for us to see us represented in media.
In a positive way.
In a positive light. Or just
not just social media and fucking reality shows.
And blogs and reality shows and foolishness.
Yeah.
But it's important for us as black people, and black people are part of the LGBTQ group. Yes, I'm going to say it. If you don't like it, don't fuck well. Get over it.
Hey,
to see us represented in media, because we're not a monolith. We have different life experiences. And I hope that as time goes on, I think I posted on Twitter like a year ago really quickly, a few weeks ago actually. Remember, like 2 or 3 years ago, we had at one point 6 or 7 TV shows during the week in prime time. I think it was it was actually last season, because Abbott just wrapped season 2. It was Abbott Elementary, Our Kind of People on Fox, Insecure. We had Kings of Napa on OWN. We had, I think, Queen Sugar. There were like literally a few more shows, and of course
we had The Neighborhood. On, CBS. What else? It was it was several
black shows spread across the networks.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, the only show that's left is Abbott Elementary. Everything else is either got canceled or is basically reached the end of its run.
I think
Except for The Neighborhood.
I think the thing that kind of like messed me up was when it was like, Black Lightning had ended.
Yeah.
Like Akil was like they were already gonna do it before China opted out. And then
Love Is too on OWN, by the way.
And they were
Did
setting.
That?
Oh no, because it was
That's
a
what I
scandal
thought.
with Salim Akil. They only. I think
That's
they got
right.
one season.
I'm thinking of what was the other one? Not Love Is. It was another one that had.
But Love Is was an amazing show on.
It really was. That first season was in
really
that
good.
baby.
It was
I still watch that scene
that
with
was the-
Loretta Devine when
was the
she
joint
lit
that,
into her son ass about how he was treating his child's mother. Oh my God, baby, she read his ass.
Akil did that too.
What? Did what?
Love Is, and then he also, because it was a dude that played the villain, one of the villains of Black Lightning, Tattoo Man. In Black Lightning, he was the main character. So you saying that it was a scandal? Like
It was some
scandal
woman
with him?
who supposedly was having an affair. She was
With him,
accusing him of sexual harassment or
sexual assault,
or
yeah.
something.
That
And
kind
they
of-
come to
pulled the
find
plug
out
on
they
that
had
show.
been having an affair for years.
Yeah.
And
He's been married to Mara
He been married
Brockkill
to
for
her
like
forever.
20 years.
Back
Yo,
when
they were
girlfriends
girlfriends
and
in
all that
2000,
stuff came
yeah.
out. So
That kinda
that was a
explains explains
show.
why.
But no,
All right,
the
now-
other one that had Cicely Tyson on it.
Now
not
that
Love
low
Is.
key explains why the Painkiller spinoff got canceled got cut
Oh,
after
so
they
he's attached to that too.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think, and what's it? The woman that made the what's the word? She made the claim. She was the person. The lady who said that he was inappropriate with her. Was she like a staffer on one of the shows, or they had some sort of professional relationship?
It was something, but
And
she
Own-
knew his wife as well.
Right, and Own was like,
yeah,
this
they
show-
backed away from it. They didn't
Yeah.
want the backlash.
So
But that that was a great freaking show.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
and
Cherish the Day.
Cherish
That's it.
Cherish the Day.
That
It's Cherish the Day.
that first season was
Yeah.
great.
I think that, but
But I never
nowadays-
watched. I didn't watch the second season because they changed.
Now
characters.
all that shit started. Now all that shit kind of makes sense because it was like they were saying that it was already going to get Black Lightning was already going to get canceled, and the way that they set it up with Painkiller was supposed to be the spinoff. They did one episode,
and it was gone.
that was it.
Oh, let's throw All American in there. All American is
right.
a really
Right,
good
right.
show. I don't watch the Homecoming one. I haven't watched that one, but
Heard.
my cousin said it was pretty good. I said I was going to sit down and watch it one day. But yeah,
CW,
All American is a really good show.
I will say CW has been good on black shows, black shows. A lot of people talk about like UPN, but like you're saying, but UPN was underrated. Like at that time was the only one that
UPN
was
is my
showing.
24
Like,
now, right?
Of course it was.
yeah, I think so. And it's like, yo, they were the only ones that was actually showing like black television, and I hated the fact that they left it. You know, they was like, anybody that came out, any black person that came out with a TV show or whatever, was like, yeah, just put it on UPN. Yeah. Nobody watches it.
So I was at the dealership getting my car serviced yesterday. I was watching Tamara Hall in the waiting room, and apparently Stephanie Mills is starring in a made-for-TV movie based on loosely based on the story of Welcome to Sweetie Pies.
I seen it already. It's been out.
Oh, it's been out?
It's already out. It was
maybe-
a part of the 7 Deadly Sins series. What's his name? T.D. Jake series. It was adapted from books by Victoria Christopher Murray.
No. This just was on Tamara Hall yesterday. It hasn't come out yet.
Yes, it is.
The movie with Stephanie Mills. She's
It's already
playing,
out. It's her and nephew Tommy, and it's already out. It's been out for a few months. It's called
she's like a baker.
Greed. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's called.
But she's like a baker. Her name is Bertie or Berkey or something like that.
And she brings her granddaughter into town.
Yeah, because her
after
daughter dies.
Yep, it's already out. It's been out for months.
these names?
It's Bernie or Bertie or something like that.
Okay.
Not Berkey. My bad.
I'm
I've been
saying, like-
tongue-tied all day. But
I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's called.
she's on a reality show. Like she's this big, huge baker, and the son feels some type of way about his niece being left money, but yeah, it was a thing. And I was like, and Tamara Hall was like, this is loosely based off of like the story of Welcome to Sweetie Pies, where Tim, well, he's in jail now, but he had his nephew killed.
I mean, you want to do a true
and
crime?
still denying it. Okay, so it is
He's been in jail for a couple years.
Wrath, which starred Michelle Williams and Tina Knowles Lawson. Question mark.
Let him use you.
Greed, envy, lust, and then the final one was the one with Stephanie Mills is
Her TDJ Storm.
because they gonna be showing these 4 for some reason. Where's the other one at? Give me 1 second. Because why that other one missing? But yeah, Brandon, that came out earlier this year.
Okay.
Ain't
So
that
Pride.
Okay.
That's what the name of it is.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
God
right
is
here.
the devil.
but we have a lot of So yeah,
it came out earlier this year.
we had a lot of. This is a good conversation to talk about TV shows and talking about stuff that we've seen, and hopefully the trend continues. While we may be in a bit of a lull now, especially with this writer's strike, who knows when TV shows are going to come back? Because now the Screen Actors Guild is on
It's
strike.
on strike too.
The Writers Guild of America, or the Writers Guild of America is on strike. Who knows when?
What are they actually? What are they actually looking for?
Pay.
They want
That-
their money.
They want to get at it. From what I've read, and again, I don't have it in front of me the name specifics. From what I read, they want to be able. They want the ability to get residuals from shows on streaming.
Okay.
Because they're not paid. Or
Right,
at least the Writers Guild, they aren't being staffed on shows for a full year anymore.
Bet.
Well, I think the video I saw on Twitter the other day from a writer who was actually on the picket line, she said previously under the old model, when they were in writers' rooms, they'd be in writers' rooms 10 months out of the year.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
oh yeah, because I was hearing that shit. Like it's not an actual team anymore. It's not like an actual team of writers.
What they're doing is they're
using AI.
Many writers' rooms for that might last 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But then you'll be under contract for this under the studio just in case they renew the show for a second season. But if you know how shows do, they may not get a renewal for a year. So basically you have to sit unemployed for a year. You can't take on additional work just in case the show gets picked up again.
Yeah,
also,
that's bullshit.
They're not getting residuals from shows on streaming. They're not getting and I didn't know this was crazy as fuck. The guy who wrote Squid Game, he didn't make much money off of that.
I believe it.
That was the biggest Netflix, I think, release in the world. I think it might still be to this day.
Yeah.
I think he's working on the sequel to Squid Game now, but there hasn't been I think he had to sell over his rights to the property, or he took a lump sum payment. I don't think he gets residuals for that. But also the issue with that is especially with a lot of these streaming networks, they're filming these shows and then they're not keeping them on the network to get back in residuals from it. They're basically ending the shows and then taking them off of streaming, and you'll never see them again because you can't find them anywhere to stream.
Sure.
One of my favorite shows, and I guess talking about reality shows, I mean, we're already 2.5 hours into this point. Legendary on HBO, then HBO Max. It was a competition show. It was about voguing / dance.
Yeah.
And Legendary got, I think, 2 or 3 seasons, and then it got canceled, and then they pulled the whole series off of HBO Max. It's gone. It's not on there anywhere to watch. So you can't watch any of those episodes. But that's the standard now across all of the streamers. Once they finish a show, one writer was complaining about how the show he was staffed on, I'd never heard of it, got hit the streaming platform 12 Emmy nominations the previous year, got canceled, and then they pulled it off the streamer, and then you can't watch it anywhere. Yeah. They just want to get paid adequately, and of course the studios are threatening oh, well, if you don't come back, we'll use AI we'll staff one writer in the room, use AI to come up with all the season, and just have a person come in and just make it sound like it's written by a human.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, good luck to the Writers Guild of America and the Screen Actors Guild.
Absolutely, you deserve to get what you.
Especially if y'all are making these companies billions of dollars in revenue.
Yeah.
For all these programs that y'all come up with, and y'all aren't getting paid for it, then that's the issue with capitalism. But we're gonna wrap it up here. We are gonna take our final commercial break for this episode, and we will be back with this episode's Q&A segment. And we back. What we doing this week, Shauna?
Hey y'all. So before we get started, if you have any questions, stories, comments, or anything you would like shared on the podcast, you can reach us via our social media. We are WandaPod _ on Twitter and Instagram, and we are Wine and Audacity, the podcast, on Facebook. You can also email us at askwandapod@gmail.com. That is ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com.
Show you right.
Not to show you right. Okay, so I got 3 questions. They simple questions, just to fill up a little bit of time. So, since we are talking about television, I tried to stay kind of in that lower genre or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is the worst TV advertisement you've seen recently?
I don't know. I don't really watch. Thankfully with my DVR, I just fast forward past all the commercials.
Yeah, same.
I'm not even gonna hold you. We don't really watch actual TV. I hate the fact that most of these streaming sites, they making they
watch commercials.
Fuck yeah, that shit blows the hell out of me.
Because they will not let you skip commercials.
Unless unless you're paying unless you're paying $20, and it's nigga, nah.
Well, I pay for Hulu without commercials, so
I mean,
I'm like, what's the point? Yeah, commercials if I'm on Hulu.
Our original shit was all right, cool. We ain't had no commercial. Then I seen a commercial. I was like, what the fuck is this?
The only thing that they show commercials on, or certain episodes of Grey's Anatomy, I noticed they'll say this is not included in the subscription fee Hulu. A commercial will air before and after the episode, so it'll do one commercial at the beginning and one at the end. And that's it.
You watching Grey's Anatomy?
I was watching it on Hulu. I got caught up during COVID.
That's 40. That's 40 seasons long and shit.
Yeah,
bro.
I watched it during COVID. When I had COVID during the holidays, it took me 3 weeks. And I started from season 1.
All fucking
that's 30
18 seasons of Grace.
Nigga,
She watched
that's-
it in 3 weeks.
Yo, that's been
I
on.
ain't had shit else to do. I had
on.
fucking COVID.
They've been on
What
about
else
as
was I
long as
supposed
the
to do for 2
Simpsons,
weeks?
nigga. Like,
What else was I supposed to do for 2 weeks in the fucking house?
we need
Besides cough.
we need to, yo, we,
Watch
And sweat.
something else.
Look, I took many breaks in the middle to watch like my regular weekday shows, and then I was like, oh, back to Grace.
You know what?
All right, so the worst TV advertisement that I've seen lately is anything but fucking DJ Khaled in it. I don't know what it is about him.
He doing commercials?
He was
Another
in
one.
yes, he was just in some commercial. I cannot remember what it was. Like I think he was in like a Weight Watchers commercial or something, and then he was in some other commercial.
DJ
and
Khaled in the
I don't know
Weight
what it
Watchers
is about
commercial.
him, and I don't feel bad. I don't know what it is about him, but his voice irritates the fuck out of me. It does. I'm sorry.
another one.
It does. It really does. I don't know.
Another one.
I hate it.
Nah, yo, niggas is talking like I remember somebody.
Every time I hear we the best,
Nah, I remember somebody posted.
like he just do the most.
I remember somebody posted a meme talking about all his album covers. Yo, he said he had one mean ass headache, bro. Because every time you see every album
He
cover,
hold
yo,
his
he
head.
like,
Yep. 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 All right, next question. What movie makes you laugh even after watching it several times?
I got a few. For sure, the First Friday.
Absolutely.
Like,
I watched that shit like I ain't never seen it.
yeah, that one there, you can watch over and over again, and I think Friday at the Next.
Yep.
Scary movie too for me.
Friday After Next is me and Brian's favorite Christmas movie. That's what we always say. That's our favorite Christmas movie.
No, dead
Friday
ass.
After Next.
No, dead ass. When you think about it, it is kind of a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Anything with the Wayans. What was that
I
shit?
stopped liking scary movies after maybe the second or third one.
No,
And when they weren't
at the
involved
two,
anymore.
they got at the two. That was it. What's the shit with Marlon when he did the parody of Paranormal Activity?
That was Scary Movie 3, wasn't it?
No,
Nah.
it was. Oh God,
I don't think I saw
Haunted
that.
House.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah,
He did 2 of those. He did 2 Haunted House movies. One thing I'm going to say: if the Wayans are doing something, Essence Atkins is always going to have a fucking job.
Yeah, I love it.
Always, she's always going to have a job.
What was the question again, Sean?
funniest.
What's a movie
movies.
that makes you laugh even after watching it several
I
times?
think I said Scary Movie 2. Is there another one I can think of offhand? I don't know. I can't think of it. If I think of it when I say it, but I can't think of it offhand.
Mine is. This is not supposed to be a comedy, but it is. The 5 Heartbeats. It's not supposed to be a comedy, but it is. Because, baby, that dang. I'm sorry. The Temptations. There are some very funny moments in the fucking Temptations movie. Very, very, very funny moments.
And the funniest moment of the Temptations movie was a fucking improv.
Yep. It was actually, yep, that line was improv according to Leon. It was. What else? Fridays, of course. Friday, all 3 Fridays, but my favorite 2 are Friday and Friday After Next. I do like Next Friday because that's when we were first introduced to Mike Epps and his dumb ass. So, but my favorite 2 are the first and the last one. What else? It's something else that, I'm sorry, this is a dumbass fucking movie, but Soul Plane makes me fucking laugh. I don't know what it is about that damn movie. I don't know why that movie, because now I feel
Since
like
you
Soul
mentioned it-
Plane was based on fucking Spirit Airlines. I've never flew
Snake-
Spirit, but that's what I was told.
Shauna,
Yeah.
snakes on a plane.
Oh my God.
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
No.
Movies that were supposed to be serious that end up being funny.
You knew that was a fucking comp.
But no, it's even funnier when it's on regular TV because they have to cut motherfucker out. So it's
It's
a Mickey
Mickey
Ficky or some shit like that.
Yo, all right.
What else? It's something else that makes me laugh no matter how many. I don't care how many times I see it. This one is not really a movie. It's like a comedy special, and that's Kevin Hart very first comedy special. A Grown Little Man. I think it's the first one. And Laugh at My Pain was funny too.
My man said, "Look at my face."
Yeah, like
He said, "Who is Tori? How many of them is it?" Like,
baby,
you are
listen.
a grown little man, sir.
Like those were funny. They were more, content movies. I mean, stand-ups or whatever. But they were funny to me. It's something else that I laugh every time I watch it. It'll come to me in a minute.
No.
He always laughed because I said what love got to do with it is a comedy. It is because nobody can be this fucking crazy.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights. Absolutely Harlem Nights. R.I.P. to the great Tina Turner.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, I also love Life.
Life was good.
Yeah.
Life was.
I laugh every time I watch Life.
That was an amazing.
Oh, The Color Purple.
I hate you,
Shauna.
Listen.
Well, since we're not mentioning comedies anymore, technically it's not a black movie, but a black person was prominently in it. The Naked Gun, 33 and a third.
That was funny. But no, y'all gotta let me explain. Y'all gotta let me explain The Color Purple though, because that end when she finally stood up for herself, and she was like, "And we gonna all come together and we gonna whoop your ass." Like that's my favorite part of that fucking movie. And Fine by Me. And when Sophia smacked the shit out that dude because he smacked her for telling Miss Millie hell no. That part is funny.
So for the record,
I'm sorry.
I told Shauna I'll be going with her to the theater to see the new Color Purple to come out at the end of the year with Fantasia.
He is.
I'm gonna have to drug her ass to keep her quiet because she like to talk through movies.
I
love you, but you do.
I wasn't that bad when we went to see The Black Nigga.
You was on your phone the whole goddamn time.
I was listening.
That bright ass screen. That's a Shauna.
I turned it down. I didn't realize it was that bright. We was all the way in the back of the fucking theater. Bitch. Listen, y'all know I can't see.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what this shit was like. You sitting there in a dark ass movie theater and all you see is nigga.
It was not that bad. It
my
was
bad.
Not,
I didn't mean that shit was like.
It was not that bad.
Turn that goddamn brightness down.
I was like, that's bright to you? Like, that's not bright to me. I said, that's bright to you.
I didn't mean to startle you. Like I was the police.
I'm glad that nigga ain't driving.
You got the you got the fucking you know how when you got the light you see you just see a line every time you blink. You know, it's like
yeah.
No, so but yeah, the black in it was good though. We laughed our asses off.
I giggled. It put you in the mind of the original Scary Movie. Like it was stupid funny. Like it was silly. Oh, it's streaming now already on Apple TV.
I might watch it again. Or Apple TV.
I think it's Apple TV and somewhere else.
I think it's Max.
On demand.
Oh, it might be on demand. If it's on demand, I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
I like The First Coming to America.
Yeah,
I like the first one. The original Coming to America is funny as fuck. The second one was a little shaky.
I just like the barbershop.
Yeah, it was a little shaky.
No, I just like the barbershop scene.
And I was glad to see Shari Headley on my screen again because I've always been a fan of Shari Headley.
Absolutely.
But,
I was glad that everybody was still here to be a part of it.
Same.
Especially like James Earl Jones. And
that nigga died
John
right there. My man
Amos.
said,
everybody except for Madge Sinclair. She was the only
his
one
mom.
that passed.
Yeah, she was the only one who wasn't there. But I thought that was
you
dope.
mean Mufasa and Sarabi?
Mm-hmm.
My son works. Or the scene when Semi came to the door, he was like, ah!
It's like the door. He said, "Your Highness," like bitch, you slam the door in my face. I'm finna fuck you up.
That Chris Rock movie where he was where he did the remake of Heaven Can Wait.
I know which one, but Regina King.
Yeah.
Down to Earth.
Yeah, I fucked
Down to Earth. Again, I'm not a big fan of his, but I did like that movie. I don't think he's funny comedian wise, but I did like that movie, and I liked. It was something else that he did that I liked.
I'm gonna get you suckers.
Besides everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you.
No,
suckers.
baby, no. That one Red, he was about to kill him. Or Isaac Hayes.
You got changed
to another great.
You got changed for 100.
No, my nigga said. How much for the soda? No, matter of fact, just put it in my hand.
I said, nigga.
Any more questions, Shauna?
Yeah, I got one last question. What is your favorite viral video
of all time?
Or recently, or whatever come to your mind first, because I know what mine was.
What's yours?
So mine is the video of the little boy going, bullshit, bullshit, and then he smiled, baby. I listen.
Oh yeah, I got
the way I scream.
Let me go to the TikTok to see
when I see that damn video.
I've been cackling at recently.
It's so funny. And one of my cousins sent it to my other cousin in the group chat the other day. My cousin did something that she sent to the video like, bullshit. One more. Excuse me, bitch.
Excuse me, bitch.
That's classic. The first time Keith sent that shit to me, baby. Yes.
It's
So here's one of my more recent favorite ones. I sent you this, Shauna. But so the context with this is Tammy Roman was out with one of her girlfriends, and she said they were out at a club in Atlanta, and of course some gays walked in, and she said the best friend was just doing entirely too much. So this is the clip. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. So this is the clip, and I can play this because this is from TikTok. So we shouldn't get hit with copyright infringement.
From the tickety tock.
Yeah.
Bitch, you better work, honey, slay. You better slay the kid and your wife up in the good, but I'm getting my entire life because I am living. Yes, auntie. Yes, God. Come on, sit down with Mother Fish so we can have us a real kiki. Oh, yes.
That was a lot.
I was like, it doesn't.
That was a lot.
I don't think I got a
And it was
Canada, how the heck are you? It's Kamala. Listen, I need a little favor. I need you to cut the shit. All right? I need you to cut the shit. I can't breathe. It's really hard to laugh at everything going on in America when I can't breathe. Okay?
Who the fuck is that
It's hard
imitating
to hold
her?
the country by myself. Joe can't breathe. Joe can't walk in a straight line on a good day. You have any idea
my
what he's
Lord.
been dealing with today? All right, he's hallucinating. He's shitting ash. I don't know what's going on, but you need to stop. You need to stop. The world is watching. Okay? Now, let's go. Let's get some firefighters.
Become Canada.
And put those fires out from yesterday. So that we can live today.
Hey, and become
And be
tomorrow.
unburdened by all of the fires that were set
Just become a little bit. That's it.
by the Canadian government.
Lord.
I don't necessarily think I
Those are
got
my
any necessary like viral videos. Like yo, I just sit in the house and like I send y'all niggas random I send Brandon random shit.
And I be looking at this like, nigga,
Yo.
really?
But it's more like from like shits and gigs or
Yeah. James and Foo Hop, they be cracking my ass.
They funny as shit.
yo, I like anything from shits and gigs.
Ooh.
The
I just
guy
figured out my other one.
it's a guy out here. His name is SSJ9K. And it's like he does like Dragon Ball, like he do like Dragon Ball Z spoofs. And I think one of the joints was they was doing an episode of Cheetahs. And
I missed that show so fast.
it was
It's
like
still coming on. Peter Gunn's hosting it now.
It's still on Peter Guns?
yeah.
The last I saw, it was still on with Peter Gunn's on it.
I've been stabbed.
My nigga said, did
Who
you
else
get
to
it?
host a show about cheaters with a fucking cheater?
I mean, why you
Nah,
playing?
but then you watch how this nigga be trying to act all righteous and shit. Like yo, like
One of the guys
he a
told him,
thug.
nigga, you ain't no better than me. He said, I used to be like you, my man. Baby, I hollered.
I did not know Peter Guns was still hosting Cheetahs.
I seen that shit. I said, who
That
did
was
this?
that wasn't Tommy Grant. That was Joey Greco. They got stabbed. He
Yes,
was on
the one with the
phone,
glasses.
I've been stabbed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one with the glasses.
But,
and then the host before,
It was Tommy Grant.
no, the host before
Clark Gable.
Clark
yeah,
Gable. Yeah.
He died.
He died.
Clark Gable died? Shit.
That was the original Clark Gable's grandson.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, bet.
And I don't want to quote this wrong. I don't need nobody coming after me. He died from Clark James Gable, died February 22nd, 2019.
Ain't that a bitch?
He was like young. Was
He was 2
like,
years younger than us.
wow. Was he like a car accident or something?
No. Hold up. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. The one viral video, the Atlanta jail scene.
Atlanta jail.
No, the
Jail
like-
scene from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the last 2 seasons of Atlanta because
But it was like from the very first season when
I don't see the exact cause of death, but it says that he was found unresponsive by his girlfriend.
overdose.
And
I'm sorry. Nah.
well,
that
that's
might
what
not be
I
it.
originally heard. I don't know how true that was.
Yeah.
But that is what I originally heard. And he had a young baby too.
So was it the last question?
It was, but I figured out what my last video was before
Okay.
we wrap this shit up. It will now and forever be fucking Sweet Brown. I ain't grabbed no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I got up to get me a cold pop.
I thought somebody was barbecuing.
I said, oh, Lord, that was fire.
Lord Jesus is a fire. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I ran outside my house. I ain't grabbed no shoes or nothing, Jesus.
That's what always,
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Listen, baby, that's gonna always be up there.
Hey, yo.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Yeah,
because they raping everybody around here.
Oh, POP, hold me down. I'm legally blind.
Yeah, can you see? Barely.
I'm legally
blind.
That one and I was on my way to Burger King to get me a piece of burger. Key know that
it's
one.
not that one. My favorite
piece
one is
niggas
be fighting outside the club all the time. But I'm just saying, like, if you can't go to Bella Noche's, where the hell could you go?
Is that the one that's upsetting me and my homegirl?
It's upsetting me and my homegirl because it's like, if you can't go to Bella Noche's, where the hell could you go?
I said they always pick the raggediest fucking person and put him on TV.
People bring guns in their cars all the time.
I hate it.
Shout out to Hazel.
Hey, yo, nope.
They always pick the worst people to put on fucking TV. Either they can't talk or they look a damn mess, got a bonnet on their head. They always pick the people that look crazy. Always.
They was fighting. I ain't see nothing. And then they always got to give. They always got to give a shout out. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my baby father. He's still on lockdown. I know you see this, baby. I'm holding you down.
Oh, Jesus, fix it.
And on that note, thank you for listening to this episode of Juan and Audacity of the podcast. We gonna have to cut this shit here.
Yes.
I appreciate both of y'all for this amazing conversation we've had talking about our old TV shows that we love. We started with 90s black TV shows, went back to the 70s, came up to the 2000s, the 2010s, even modern day TV shows that we're still watching.
Yes.
We love Abbott Elementary. Hopefully,
shout out to Quinta.
Shout out to Quinta for all the amazing stuff that you're experiencing now.
And Random Spoons.
Oh Lord, not Random Spoons again.
If you have any questions for us, please shoot us an email at askwandapod@gmail.com. That's ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com. Again, you can find us on social media on Twitter and on Instagram at WandaPod_, and we're on Facebook at Wine and Audacity, the podcast. Any final words? Shauna, because he gonna say Random Spoons again. You got anything else you want to add before we
go ahead and let him say it so I can choke his ass like Martin did
the puppy
Cole, like Martin did Cole when he said Random Spoons and he tried to put his thumb in his eye. You know that shit? Yeah, I'm gonna choke shit out of him.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead,
nothing
Shauna.
else.
I really miss my nigga.
You know what? Bye, y'all.
We love y'all.
Bye.
Take it easy. Be safe. Bye, y'all.
Random Spoons.
Asshole.